tired. Hello, hello, hello. If you are on either Instagram or TikTok, I am live streaming on youtube.com/Tiffany Gordon Cosplay, and that is where I'm going to be reading chat and I'll answer questions from that. So if you want to say something, go over to YouTube. It is free, and appreciate the support over there. So yeah, what's up, what's up? For those here on YouTube, I had to wait for a second, welcome back. It's been, I think, 2 weeks since I streamed last, so yeah. But if you are new, hello, my name is Tiffany. I'm the owner of Tiffany Gordon Cosplay LLC, which is a company that focuses on costume and prop fabrication, as well as education. And I'm excited to continue work on my Seth cosplay from the anime Trinity Blood. And this has been a dream cosplay of mine since the early 2000s. I was obsessed with Trinity Blood for many, many years. It was one of my first animes watching, and just like obsession. This will actually be my 4th cosplay from Trinity Blood. All the other ones I did when I was in high school, so it's been a bit of time, you know. So yeah, but I'm excited to kind of see where my skill level has changed quite a bit. So yeah, but things you can see in the background, you can still see a little bit of Seth here, and then we've got Lilith is out, and just the wings are over there, because I might have something happening with Lilith, soon. So yeah, that's why I had to, if you follow me on my socials, you might have seen the little wing test video again, because I had to make sure after a year of them being in storage that they still worked. So yeah, I was happy that getting the whole cosplay out, everything still fits, even though I've since surgery gained weight. I went from a size 2 to a size 4 since making that cosplay, and for having a fully leather outfit, like everything, all of the top and sleeves and everything is 100% leather corset and everything, and it is not a corset stitch in the back, it is a zipper that can't be altered. I'm happy it's still, can still slide into it. So yeah, that was good. Otherwise the backup plan was to make it a corset lace up, because I have done that before. I've made a size 00 fit a size 8 for somebody, with basically hiding the zipper and just making a corset lace up. It looked really great, but yeah. So, yeah. Hi, Real, Tucson, Wizard, and anybody else that's watching, lurking, or whatever, watching it later on YouTube. Hello, hello. So yeah. Blah, 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 blah. But yeah, I've kind of been just focusing on my own self lately with just working on this. I've been filming it, but not really filming it at the same time. I'm still having some more health issues. With, if y'all don't know, I went through surgery from stage 4 endometriosis a few months ago, and I'm having a little bit of issues now. So yeah, that. And then there's some other life stuff with other events that I don't really know how to discuss. You might have saw announcements of me guesting somewhere, but then there's stuff happening that I don't know what I'm allowed to talk about. And they haven't said anything. So yeah, I'm not gonna address it until there's an official statement, I guess. That's the best I can put it. So yeah, but that's not the Lilith thing. The Lilith thing's a little later. So yeah, excited about that. But other stuff, let's see. We are now affiliated with Joann's Fabric, so going forward, any of my tutorials and stuff that I use fabric from them, I'll try to do a link, and then anything purchased through that link helps support me at no additional cost to you, so I appreciate that support. Cats are fine, I'm playing a lot of games, watching a lot of animes, I'm being my trolly self. I haven't left the house in a week again. Yeah, it's great. It's about to get really cold too. But that's kind of, I think that's most of my life updates. There's some stuff working in the background with other things, some airbrush stuff potentially, potentially other conventions, potentially other cosplays. I've been considering other side little, like for me, my Seth cosplay is like a personal project for me. My big cosplays are for me, where my smaller ones are like kind of for the community, where they're beginner friendly cosplays, kind of. So it helps like doing the tutorials step by step in patterns. But yeah, this one's like more for me, and it's been really nice just to focus on that. Write it down. Aww, and thank you for the remember of 34 months as a legendary supporter. I really appreciate it. Much love. I'll write it down. So yeah. Remember. Got it. Thank you. I know there's like one other thing. Oh, and if y'all saw a week or two ago, I did a poll of a new mascot head. Cause we know I like my creepy critter heads for some reason. So yeah. And write it down. Real thank you also for the remember of 33 months. I appreciate it. A legendary supporter, and the cat's going crazy in the background. Much love. I will write it down. But the poll that won, and I'm actually really happy on because I wanted to make that one because it's kind of easy, is from the Anime Assassination Classroom. I forget his name, the yellow octopus guy. Yes. So I plan on starting to make patterns for that soon, and then we can make that. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna write this down as I slowly rotate. Remember. Got it. Thank you. Can't stay, but congrats on the fabric sponsorship. Keep being awesome. Aw, thank you, Cook. I appreciate it, and thanks for stopping by. But yeah, I think those are most of the updates. It's just there's probably some more. So yeah, but let us get started with some stuff. I guess I can show. Let's see. Y'all already saw all of that. What have I made since then? We finished. I just did a reel on it, but I finished one of the skirty skirts, and I think we worked on this last time when I streamed. All of the leather trim, and then I've got, it didn't align in the back, but that's just because of the leather went where it wanted. And a nice pretty zipper in it. But yeah, none of this will be seen. And like, all of this, you're not gonna see it anyway. It's just, like you see that much of it, and then the rest is hidden. So that's one of the skirts, one of 3. And then, this was the other thing I finished. And I had a bunch of people asking questions that were looking at my stories on Instagram, because that's where I've been sharing things, and they wanted to know how I was doing my detail trim, so that's why I did the whole post on this, but it's one of 3 sleeves. Yeah. I'm really happy with it because it lined up perfectly, and yeah, so cool. And then I've been working on the Hattie hat, and this cosplay, I'm not rushing it, but it takes a lot more time than my other costumes, that's for sure. But we've been working on the Hattie hat, and that's what I'm going to be doing today. So yeah, I've got, basically the hat frame is made, and today we're going to be adding the outer trim with leather. I don't think we're going to glue it down just because I'm trying not to use any contact cement glue right now because my water heater is, oh, that's a pretty bird. Sorry, there's a hawk outside that just landed, like a really pretty one that just landed, and he's all like floofed up. Distractor. But yeah, my hot water heater is on the fritz, and I can't talk to my landlord for like another week. And I basically have to ignite it twice a day now, and I'm afraid it's gonna just be dead, and I don't want to, like, wearing a respirator all day. I always want to like wash my hair and stuff so there's no chemicals or glue and everything, and I'm trying to avoid that right now. So we'll see where we go, but I have a backup plan of if we finish the trim, some mask stuff that we could do. So yeah, thanks for sending me those leather working tutorials. They're super cool. Yeah, glad. Yeah. Hi honey fro, welcome on. So many choices. I saw that World of Warcraft announced housing. Is that for classic or for the other one? I want this button. And is it in game yet? Wajah. Okay, it flipped over. So here's the hattie hat. I have right now taped the trim so that way I can make my pattern off of it, just because we all know when you make something, then measurements change along the way. So I have to make it to this. So it's a little, I had to make it a bit more small. So yeah, hello. Not me. There is new classic starting this week. Okay. You scare yourself? Did you scare yourself, Nom Noms? Nami's under, I think this one's the Instagram one. So we'll see, you might see her head pop up. Yeah, right now, game-wise, I am obsessed with Daisy right now, the Frontier, whatever, snow map. We've got a big group, like, I think 5 people right now, and we're possibly gonna have more people, and I've been building a base, and it's like ultimate, and we're excited, and we've got a lot of gear, so yeah. Hi Chop, welcome on. And then other games I've been playing, that one ripped on me, is the Planet Coaster 2, which I can't recommend it because the bugs are absolutely terrible, but I've learned to work around the bugs. And the biggest issues for me are the pools, because like the whole new update was about having pools and flumes and things. Nobody uses the pools. Like, you still get profit from them, but the people just don't go in it. So you have to look at your stats to see, oh, you've sold like 1,000 tickets right now. And then you just pretend there's people swimming in the pool, but they're not. That's how I've been doing it, and I'm on the last level of chapter 3. Even though it said I completed chapter 4, but I'm only in chapter 3. Like, I got an achievement for that. I don't understand that. But yeah, I've been enjoying it. It's a lot of... There's one level that's just broken. It is absolutely broken. So, and it's been upsetting me. But, been kind of doing that back and forth as my stress relief game. So yeah. But I'll show you the hattie hat now. Wusha. Let's do this one. So, here, not to roll over the cats, this is the back of the hat, so far, and the front. The front is nice and pulled with the fabric. The back, I've not really tightened it just because it's going to have so much more on the front, and I'm not exactly sure how it's going to bend yet once I get everything. But I'm going to have to go. There we go. So that's kinda what it looks like right now. I'm happy with it. And then for this, there's gonna be a cap on the top, and then I haven't fully designed what I want to be there. I kind of want to do a 3-dimensional flower rose thing. And then it has the giant bow. And I've showed these before, but as a reminder, so these are the ribbons on the bow. So if you imagine the hat part there, they I'll see if I can do this. So it's like that, and then balance. It will sit it will sit kinda like that, one on each side. So yeah, that's like the best I can mock it. And then in the front, stay. There's other ribbons that come around like that, but I haven't made them yet. So that's kind of what we're going for. I'm happy with what it looks like so far, because I have it all envisioned in my head. It's not there yet. And it'll take a lot more work. The hat is definitely a huge piece, and I designed it where it's gonna be able to fit in my large suitcase, so I can fly with it, potentially. And then depending on the piece on the head part, I will decide if that is gonna come on and off, because it'll depend on the height. So that's kind of where we're at. Yeah. You sit there. And then y'all can see Lilith in the background again. She doesn't really fit on my mannequin, and the only way to make her fit is with her arms straight out, with the costume on. So it's kind of funny, because every time I walk into the room, she's like this. Like, can I have a hug? So, yeah. What was I doing? Oh, we need to flip over to this one. Yeah. We can see the vision so far. It looks great. Thank you. Yay. Yeah, that was my biggest thing on like showing it. I've been kind of filming it, and I do plan on doing like my little mini videos, but I don't want people to do like critiques on it and stuff, because sometimes people, when you show them non-finished pieces, they'll be like, oh, it's missing this and this and this. So I'm hoping I don't get a bunch of people doing that, because it's not done. So yeah, I've gained weight. Well, my butt's a lot bigger. After my surgery, I've gone from a size 2 to a size 4 in pants. Nothing fits me. It was awful. It was awful. Which I'm actually fine with that. I like having a bigger butt, honestly. But the biggest part right now is I have an endo belly, is what it's medically called. And I've been trying to do like crunches and things as much as I can, but I'm still having some issues physically with like health stuff that have kind of flared up again. So yeah, but that's where I am. So I'm fine in the morning, but then once I eat like with endometriosis, when you eat certain foods or just eat food in general, you get swelling. And I have a bunch of scar tissues because it was on like 4 different things on me and like surrounding my ovary and things, and we talked about it before, but it was blah, blah, blah. So yeah, I'm dealing with that. So yeah, but appreciate it. Hi, sewing artist, welcome on. Oh, I missed this. What do you think on the T2 sets on Discording? I saw some of them. I don't remember offhand. I remember they were really pretty. But why were you wanting to commission something again, Anna? I would be down. I would be down potentially. But yeah, so that's the Hattie hat. So we're gonna be working on the outer trimmy trim. A fabric spot. Yes, I am now affiliated. I call them sponsored, but technically it's affiliated with Joann's Fabric. So any links that you use that I have going to Joann's will, like anything that you buy off of it, will support me at no additional cost to you, and I really appreciate it. So, like my Roxy cosplay, my San cosplay, my Megumin costume, basically anything that I've made in the last like year that I have sewing patterns for, I'm trying to put links to those specific fabrics that I'm using to Joann's, because that's where I get pretty much like 95% of my fabric. So yeah, that's kind of where it is. But Joann's, they tend to discontinue their fabric a lot. So I'll see how long. Sometimes I guess those links will be broken just because they don't have the fabric. I don't know, but we'll see. So yeah, I'm really honored. It took a lot because they don't approve many people. You have to be like a company, and I have my LLC. You have to be educational. You have to not do certain fan stuff. You know, and like be appropriate for their brand and stuff. So that took like 2 or 3 weeks for them to approve, and so yeah, I'm really excited about that. I'm going off topic. Sorry. Okay, let's go. So, trimmy trim, that's what this is. So this is the original pattern I made. Obviously when you make things shift. And so I've had to trim it down, make sure it actually fits everything. So I've cut it in place, or well, taped it in place. So now I just want to trim off the tape. And then we will put it onto some of my brown paper to make our template. Just because I can't cut it out of... One thing with this whole project is all of the large pieces of leather are actually not large pieces of leather. They're like the skirt I showed you. That was like 20 different pieces of leather that was glued together in a specific way. And so I have to segment this so that way it will, I can align it properly. And I plan on extending it. I don't want this tiny little trim. I want like at least an inch border, if not like 1.5 inches. And you want it to be larger so that way when you trim them, because a lot of times when you line things together, it doesn't perfectly align. And so, especially with leather, it's a lot easier to just have extra and then cut it both together so you have that perfect line. So yeah. Welcome to the community. I appreciate it. And if you are also new, love to have you. So press the subscribe button. Subscribe on YouTube is free. It's basically a follow. And if you're on TikTok or on Instagram, I'm live streaming on youtube.com/TiffanyGordonCosplay, and that is where I'm reading chat and answering questions. So yeah. Oh, and don't forget to like the video, follow, all of that. Yeah. Yeah. You just realized you're not watching live? Oh, you probably paused it. Yeah, YouTube, if you're watching a YouTube live and you pause it, then it resumes where you paused it, and it's not like Twitch where if you pause it and you press play again, it automatically just goes to wherever you are. So, time for Tiff to open her own fabric store and keep everything in stock forever. Oh, that would be nice. That's been like the biggest thing is the fabrics that I use the most. So with Seth, the green fabric is 2 different fabrics, because the green, which I had planned on making the Seth cosplay right after Lilith, but I didn't because life, and I didn't want to do another super build. So I got all of my fabric over a year ago, and at the time when I bought the green fabric, I knew I needed more, And I bought all the green fabric that I had, or that Joann's had at the time, and I was like, okay, I'll just keep the number and everything, and then I'll order it. And I was thinking I'll just get it online and I would start it soon. No, I waited over a year, and what do you know? They don't have the fabric now or anything like it. So the fabric, which it's like, I went off of the color, because that was the main thing, is finding something that was the closest color, but the weight is like cardboard versus tissue paper. That's the difference in the fabric. So it's been, especially with this hat, the hat is the new fabric, and it's very thin, and it pulls, and it's but I'm making it work, at least I think I am. But I would have much rather had my original fabric, because it was like expensive, pretty, perfect, and now it's still okay. It's just, it doesn't have a weight and a structure to it. It's just floppy, like meh. So yeah, that's where we're at. Okay, I think this one's the last one we're cutting. Let me see real quick. This one I didn't trim very well. Okay, I think we're good. So then I will transfer it over onto our paper, so we can make our pattern from that, which I want to mark it. I think it's a bit of a mix. You can make cheap fabric look expensive, but like, it just depends. For this one, both fabrics are about the same price that I'm using, but one, in my opinion, is more expensive looking, but it's just because of like how it was made, kind of thing, and one is more of just, I don't know what you would use it for. To me, I see it as like a pillow. It's like pillow fabric. I don't know. Okay, we're gonna do, let's see, okay, and then this one's gonna be B. That one goes to B, A, this one will be C, which goes to C, E, this one, I'm gonna trim it in the center, so this one's gonna be D, so D, C, this one's E, E, F. So we've got F, E, and then G. got G, F, and then the last one, which is A and G. Okay, cool. Got all that. Let me get the paper. Okay. Oop, 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 oop. Writing it down. Write it down. Write it down. Nums. Oh, that reminds me. She's been losing more teeth. So far, I've found 3 of her teeth. She's lost more, but I've been able to find 3, which I'm surprised. 2 of them are fangs, and then 1 is one of the back ones that is like 3 teeth in 1 kind of thing. It's a weird thing. I found 1 on top of the Glowforge. One was in my bed. I got so creeped out. I was like going to wash the sheets and I was like, what the fuck is this thing? And then I was like, oh, it's a tooth, because it was just like this, it was gross, looking just from a distance. And then I think she had 1 more on top of one of her cat towers. But I saved them. Yeah, she's a kitten. Nami is, I want to say she's like 4 months, 5 months maybe. So she's been losing them. She's not as bad as Yuki when she lost hers. When Yuki lost all of her teeth as a kitten, oh, she was so bad. She bit everything and she was so bitey and destructive, and Nami's just like, just sit there and I'll just kind of rub her gums and she's just like happy little bean. It's like, okay, that's cool, whatever. But yeah, I've got 3 of Nami's teeth and then 3 of Yuki's teeth that I saved in the little, I have like a little memory box kind of thing, I guess is what you can call it. Since I'm not gonna have kids, they're my kids, so I'm gonna live and save their teeth like parents save their child's teeth, I guess. That's how I look at it. I'm deciding if I want to cut this or not right away. I think we're good just to tape it down, so. Say, love your vibe, love the energy you bring, and keep doing your thing. Aw, thank you, Green King, and welcome on. Glad you like it here. Yeah, it's very detailed, but it's like, I don't know if it's gonna be more complicated than Lilith or not, in terms of engineering, but it is more expensive, unfortunately, and Lilith was expensive, just because of having to refine fabrics and things, and I do plan on doing a lot of casting for this, and yeah, leather is expensive, but I fell in love with this leather, and when I wanted to make this and I was first thinking of materials, I was like, yep, this is what I'm gonna do. So the character, which is the right here, this image, it's Seth from the anime Trinity Blood, and this is the Thor art book version. And basically, It's a cult anime that was like really popular in the early 2000s, and that's when I started cosplaying, and I already made like 3 other cosplays from it, and I decided it's always been one that I wanted to make. It was a dream cosplay of mine, and I said, why not? So yeah, now we're down this road. But yeah. And I love details. It's been a challenge, but I do plan on with so like all the fabric gold trims are leather, but all of the 3D elements, we're going to be like, I'm gonna 3D model them or make them out of foam, and then I will cast them, make a mold, and then, well, I'll make a mold and then I'll cast them in some new materials that I'm trying out with Smooth On, because they gave me a bunch of stuff, so I'm gonna try that. So that's kind of the plan. I do plan on making the bird cage that goes around her, as well as the 2, I don't know if they're called scepters or not. I don't know what they're technically called, but yeah, it's kind of the plan. And we're definitely gonna have to cut one of these. It's not laying correctly. You're not making sense. Oh, all good. Is Streamblood available to stream platform? It's on, I think it's on Netflix. If not, it's on Crunchyroll. I was rewatching it again. I watched it originally when it was first airing on, I want to say it was Toonami back in the day, when Cartoon Network was first airing it in dub. Okay, we're untaping, and then we're gonna do it slightly different. And I put an arrow so I know which way to add my material. But yeah, I do plan on releasing my patterns for this once the entire cosplay is done. So if anybody is interested in making it in the future, they can. But oh, I'll also say for real, or anybody else that was interested in watching the show, they never completed it. So just it's a I wish they did. I wish they continued. So just as a heads up, don't get too invested with the story. Is yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, we're gonna. I want to have extra room. Make my arrow. Other animes I've been watching right now, I actually have it in the living room because I was watching it for lunch and last night at dinner. Which I know Honey Fro, you'll know it, but the it's like the Misfits Demon Academy or something like that. The Demon King Academy. It's really good. I like it so far. I just started it yesterday, and I think I haven't been like binging it, but I kind of am, I guess. I don't know. But it's been really good. Let's see. There was a few I finished since the last stream that I just like flat out binged the whole thing, just in one night. But I don't remember what it was called. I think I put it in our Discord. And then there's a new one that's been airing each week that's about a girl that was reincarnated well, I guess she's not technically reincarnated. She's just put in the video game that she was playing, and it's like she wants to be the villainess, the ultimate villainess or something like that. You know, it's a long title. Seth Cosplay, first time you saw it, CosCon 2012. and not sure which World Cosplay Summit. Yeah, I know they've had it at a few ones. I know Trinity Blood's been a few times represented at World Cosplay Summit. The one I remember the most was not actually Seth. It was a battle between Abel Nightroad and his brother. I'm so bad with names. His brother that's in the White Wings. So it was like they were fighting against each other. It was really cool and really pretty. I don't remember who won. But yeah, Trinity Blood's like, it's a dedication to cosplay. If you're doing the actual Thor, like, decorative versions versus the, like, anime, because it was, the anime is, like, simple nun outfits, where the Thor art book versions are, like, the Vatican. Super, super, super detailed. So yeah. But I've actually done, from Trinity Blood, I first cosplayed Sister Kate, who was the hologram girl, and then I've done Abel Nightroad, and then I've done Esther, and I did her the pretty white dress with the blue flower. Yes, Kane. Thank you. But yeah, that one, I've done her twice. Like, I kind of changed it. So one time I did it without a petticoat, the second time I did it with a petticoat, one time I did it with a wig, then I colored my hair red because I didn't want a wig. It was like a purpley red. It was not good. And also I'm allergic to pink dye, so that was also not good. You really wish they would finish. I know. Yeah, that way. Yeah. That's why, when shows, like, that I'm obsessed with that end, I've watched a lot of them, actually. Especially when it comes to, like, Netflix loves to do my vampire shows and my witch shows and all of the shows I really like that are supernatural, like, critters. They love to cancel after one season, and I'm just like, I'm invested. Why did it have to go away? So yeah. Yeah, this one's this way? That? Is this the bottom? Sorry, yes, we're good. Just making sure, putting it the right way. So I'm having all of the extra part, because we're going to be adding an 1.5 inches to each of these pieces. So that's what I'm trying to make sure. Yeah. Okay, and then this one is also going to be about one. Cool. The Misfits of Demon King Academy. Yes, it's that one. It's a long name. It's been really good so far. Yeah, the main character, he's like, he's good. I like him. I think I'm on episode 5 or 6 now. Of the first season. It was one that I had it recommended like 2 weeks ago, and I was watching another one of my other animes, and I forgot to click it, and it never popped up again, and I just saw it again last night when I was looking for another anime to start on Netflix, and I was like, yes! Yes! So that's why I started it. Okay, we got all of our trim now. My next life as a villainess en route set to do... Yeah, something... It's another... Yeah, that one was the one I was talking about earlier, too. It's good. I'm doing that one, which the newest episode for dub just came out today. I do prefer to watch subbed animes more, but just I watch them in the background, and when my brain is totally dead, I don't want to read. So that's kind of how I've been. But I've been mostly watching dub right now. Yeah, Netflix is the worst at canceling shows. Tomorrow, though, I'm so happy they brought it back. I didn't think they were going to. I think it's called The Empress? Not the Duchess. Yeah, I think it's The Empress. And it's like, it's really, really good. It's another historical one it's not like the Bridgertons in terms of, like, the costuming and historic accuracy is really, really good, but it's not a funny kind of mixture. It's more on the Tudors level. And I'm so excited. I recommend that one because I love my historical, like, time period shows. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna first do our bottom lines of each of them. And then afterwards I will add my extra material. Also, I'm like super ADD today, so I'm a little off sidetrack. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I think it's that one, Honey Fro. I'll be a villainess who goes down in history. I think it's they both sound the same. It's a villainess, like, this one's a new one that's coming out right now, that anime. It's a villainess thing. And she's in a dating sim, and she doesn't want to be the hero, she wants to be the villain, and it's good. I won't spoil things, because I have my thoughts. Yeah. I think it's, Elizabeth is the main character for, the Empress. I do recommend for that one watching it in the original language, which is not English. It does it in, is it Russia? No, I don't think it's Russia. Is it Austria? I don't know. It's during the time where, which, if y'all know, I'm terrible at names. Yeah. But, basically, the king was supposed to marry her sister, not like Anne Boleyn kind of thing, but, he liked her playfulness. She was more of the misfit of, she didn't want to play by the rules, and he liked that, but that's not what the queen, like his mom, wants her to be. They basically want to control her, and she just wants to be a kid, but it's all dark times kind of thing, and, like, it's just really good. The back and forth and the politics, and it's just pretty. A dark pretty. I'm bad at explaining stuff. Yeah. How many times can we distract Tiff? I know. Ugh. It's because my, so I took a second medicine today, for, like, my anxiety and things, just because it's been a bad day. And I think that's, like, starting to kick in, and it's, like, changing. Wajah. You fat? No, you're good. You're good, Cliff. You comment on every single thing, just about. You are the first to comment on every single YouTube thing and, like, all my socials, so I appreciate all the support. Yeah. And I hope you don't mind all of my, I know you're doing a lot of them, like, I love these videos, they're so cool to see the contacts or whatever, and, like, my random, I know you're just doing it to like, help with the algorithm, and I appreciate that, so yeah. I am about time where, like, due for going and commenting on all of my YouTube stuff again. Because, I'd probably, go back and comment on my things, like, maybe once a month. Once every 2 months. Oh, pretty girl. Hi, Yuki. So you want to come and say hi? You want to go up there? Okay. I know, you want the windows open. Yeah. Good girl. Oh, thank you. Got the first season, Wedding Dress, and put her in. There was 3 Empresses shows that came out. Yes, they're all. There's so many of them, but it's good. Yeah. Okay, now we're gonna add our extra. So let me see. Yeah, that's about right. Okay, so I'm gonna line it. Yes, you want to rub that? Okay, you can rub it. There you go. Actually, I know what you want. We're gonna just get distracted even more. Ready? Do you want it? Yeah. It's a pretty girl. You have your brush. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Give me a sec. I know, you want the brush. Come back over here. Back over here. Come on. There you go. I really am gonna have to, like, she has a bad spot on her tail that I need to cut, like, shave down all the way. And I want to wait because I normally do, like, Christmas pictures with my cats and for sending to the family. And I don't want her to have, like, no hair on her tail for that. But she hates it being touched. That's a dirty butt with litter. Yeah. You want any more? Okay. Okay. That's a pretty girl. He's a pretty girl. Okay, that's it. No more. That's it. You distracted me enough. Go, girl. I'm putting it up. She's like, but I want more. And I want the window open. I know, you don't like tape. Yeah, this is Yuki. She's the oldest of the 2 kitties. She's a ragdoll, and Yuki means snow in Japanese. And then the other kitty who just came in here, this one's Nami, which means wave in Japanese. So she's my little tsunami. Yeah. She's really, really cute, and she's like my little stuffed animal who sleeps on my head every night. There you go. Yes, y'all are just gonna take over the stream now. She's the kitten that's losing her teeth. Okay. We're not gonna get any work done. Just accept it. She likes to eat tape too. Okay. Let's attempt to do more stuff. You'll get a cat butt now. That's cool. Let's not eat that. Yeah, so I sleep on, like, I have multiple pillows and things that I change out throughout the night, so she sleeps just, like, here. And she has no personal space whatsoever. Like, she'll just put her foot on my face, and then a lot of times I'll fall asleep, like, holding her hand, because she's just that cool about it. So, yeah. She's in most of my videos now, because she's actually okay sitting on my costumes and, like, sitting around or on my sewing machine, where Yuki destroys everything. It's kind of bad. She's destroying things now. I've tried to discipline her. She's just, it's her world. I just live in it. Can you? Yes, I'm sorry. I scared you. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna open the window. She's very, very grumpy right now because she wants that window open. They both really like the temperature right now, so it's in the 50s and it's going to be dropping tomorrow, I think, in the 40s, and then the next day is in the 30s is the high. And all of the trees, like we have a huge tree in the front, like huge. All of the leaves are just dumping, and they've been obsessed with watching the leaves outside. And Yuki loves the snow, so she's like excited for the cold since they both have heavy coats. Nami's is more, though. Okay, there is our extra. Oh yeah. Yuki, she loves getting brushed, and then when you stop, she turns into a total grumpy person, and she'll just like swat at you all of a sudden, like, you stopped, and grump, and just like, really, cat? You got water, you got all this attention, and then she's just grumpy when you're done, and then runs away. So, okay, that's G. This one's gonna be F, A. So this one is done. If you're just getting here, welcome. My name is Tiffany. I'm the owner of Tiffany Gordon Cosplay LLC, which is a company that focuses on costume and fabrication as well as education. This little critter, if y'all can see her in the video, is Nami, who's still laying on things. We'll give her her little dues. And then we are currently working on my Seth cosplay from the anime Trinity Blood. Specifically, we are working on the trim for a hat, and right now I am adding the extra material for it that we're gonna need. So, yeah, this is a good little nugget. Yeah, he's so happy. He's so happy. Happy until she has potty on her, and then she has to take a bath. I can't have her in the stream right now. Sorry. Oh. Yep, Yuki and Nami stream. Okay. Oh, wait. No, we got it from that way. Is anybody working on any costumes or any other projects right now that they like to share? Sorry, she was cute all of a sudden. She's not used to streams yet. She loves to sleep on her back and show her belly. Okay, this one is C, E, D. Hi, Amazonian Cosplay, welcome on. How are you? Did the wrong line. This is where we see how much Destructoroo I can be. Normally I would digitalize all this, and that's where I had my pattern for, but because I'm making it specifically to how I sewed it, measurements changed. So that's why we're kind of doing it this way. And I normally wouldn't do it this way. Okay. A, B, G. Oh, and this one. I forgot that I had also added extra to this. So let's see if I can. Okay, that's the front. Okay. I did verify. I hate that TikTok
Write it down.
makes you verify while you're streaming. It's weird. Archage, thank you for the remember of 18 months of being a supporter. I appreciate it. Much love, and I will write it down. How are you doing? Okay. You're making your Zero cosplay, adding a lot of these. How many Zero cosplays have you made, real? I swear you've made like 5 of them already. Nothing wrong with that. Just curious. I'm gonna retape this back together just so I remember. Working on Glaceon? Evolution of Pokemon as the winter cosplay using. Oh, awesome! Are you doing it for a specific convention? Or just doing it? Okay. Hi, nom-noms. Just finished work, gonna work on your cosplay embroidery for a couple hours. Nice! There's been... Oh, I wish I remembered who they were. I found a new, like, couture embroidery channel. It's so good. So I'm pretty sure they laser cut their pattern, like, so their embroidery, if they do, like, a leaf thing, they laser cut their little, I don't know what it's called, like a stencil kind of thing that they're covering out of cardboard, but they do where they have like the holes in the center too, and like all this. It's so gorgeous. I've been obsessed because I was considering embroidery this costume, but that was a no. I don't have that much. I get way too ADD for that. So that's why I went on the gold trim route with the leather. But I'm obsessed. Okay. That one connects to this part. You're working from a character from My Hero Academia. I think it's wonderful to craft with like, aw, awesome. Yeah, feel free, for anybody that is new or doesn't know, we do have an open Discord channel. If you'd like to share any of your work in progress stuff or your finished cosplays to our community. Love to see everybody's work. If you do ! Discord on our YouTube chat. So yeah, hi Nummy. Aren't you cute? Aren't you cute, num-nums? Yeah. Happy little nugget. Happy nugget. General idea is to blend the Antonio Banderas Zero with your other one? It'll be your third one. Okay. just doing it, but you're sure you'll find a kanto where it's to maybe C2. I would love to go to C2E2. But I want to go to C2E2. I'm trying. That is the plan for next year. We will see if it happens. Because I wanted to go last year too. But yeah. It's like I try to do each year, I do one convention that I go for fun. Or whatever I want to do at it. And last year was BlizzCon. This year, technically I did go to a convention. I went to a convention a few weeks ago. For a day. My friends got a free ticket to the Nebraska Comic-Con or whatever it's called here. It's a tiny show. But yeah, technically I did go to a convention. But I was more of a babysitter. But that's okay. So yeah, but I wanted to do BlizzCon this year. Obviously that didn't happen because they didn't do it. But the plan was to do C2E2 this year. That didn't happen either. And then just life in the way, Air Force stuff, just being Air Force spouse. That's lots of changes with that. It's been a lot. So, but yeah. Don't do that. B, C, A. Your brother starts to cosplay at these conventions? Nice! Yeah, didn't you just share all your pictures for the convention on our Discord? I don't remember. Okay, this one. We're almost done. I'm just working at like 1/4 my normal speed. Yay! Yeah, you shared? Okay. I thought so. How'd you enjoy it? Was the Mercy cosplay a success? Oh, I will say one thing that's been nice though is really noisy car. I now have a new manager. So it used to be under Click's like talent, which they didn't understand very well that I make costumes, and they didn't really understand that I don't do singing TikTok videos, and when I do something, like they didn't really value and all they did was TikTok things, and I didn't want that. They wouldn't help with conventions, and then they said they do, but they kept arguing back and forth, and it was a giant mess. So I found somebody else. Actually, at one of the conventions I was guesting at, they were managing other guests there and gave me their business card, and I talked to them, and really, really good, really happy with them so far. So yeah, we'll see. Hopefully we'll get some good stuff in the future and get to go to some more conventions and more opportunities to see everybody. Because I'd love to come to more of them. I just cannot afford to go to conventions without being a guest at this point, except for like one a year. conventions are expensive. I don't understand how people can go to like tons of conventions each year just for fun. It costs so much money. Friend of yours from military married another service member, then left the military. Now he is spouse and has to attend the spouse. Oh yeah. No, I've done a bunch of that. So a lot of that. Everybody, like, all of my spouse's friends, everybody likes me. All of the guys. So I'm one of the guys, and it's nice. And I always make plans, and like, we're all going out to this drinky place and that, and yeah, so it's been fun. But there's a lot of other stuff just because active duty and being gone for weeks at a time. So it gets a little lonely at times. It gets a little stressful just because of certain things. So yeah, that's why sometimes I disappear. Just because I gotta deal with other life stuff and yeah. Can't really talk about things, you know. Yes, Mercy Cosplay was really, she did Sally, the front of your penis was detached during the convention, but it will be easy to wear. Oh no! Was there not a repair station? A lot of conventions will have a cosplay repair area just for future. And a lot of times they'll have like hot glue there, needle and threads, basic stuff to help repair in case something like that happens. At least a lot of the US conventions have that. I don't know outside of the US. Yeah, I mean, for me, basically I live in the middle of the country. Like, there's, like, if I go to C2E2, that one, like, I could potentially drive to. I think it's, like, maybe, like, 8 hours. Like, it's a bit of a drive, but if I'm just going for fun, I could do that. But if I go to California, you gotta fly there. So that's, like, what, $1,000 ticket? Because if you go with somebody else or whatever, then 2 tickets both ways. Then you gotta count like food. California's stupid expensive for all food. Which actually, one thing when I guest at conventions, so a lot of times I'll ask for a per diem, which is nice, but it doesn't always work. But if I go just for fun and stuff, most of the time, my pen is dying. I actually go to like whatever grocery store is there, and I'll buy sandwich makings. And that'll be like my lunch food. And then, of course, Dr. Peppers and waters and snacks and stuff. And that saves so much money. Come on, Penny Pin. That's like how I survive overall. But food can get really expensive, especially California. Transportation to, like, if you aren't near your venue, or transportation from the airport to wherever that convention is. Especially if you're at LAX. Oh my gosh, it is awful. Because it's always so expensive. Or you gotta rent a car depending on the costume. Like when I went to BlizzCon last year, Lilith, we had to rent a car. Because the wings, so you can kind of see it. That's actually, I'll show you. I don't know if I ever showed y'all. So I talked about it last year that I actually made a box or like a bag specifically for carrying the wings, and I don't know if I ever showed y'all with the wings in it, because I haven't packed them into their box that I made specifically for flying, because you gotta fly with them again. Oh. But this is actually my Lilith's wings, and they're in here already. And I had like added Velcro for them, because when you walk to a convention, I can't walk with these outside if it's windy, because I can't walk. And then I wanted whoever the handler is to be able to just put them on the shoulder, and walk around with it. So yeah, that's my wings that we carry around, that I made specifically. I had leftover canvas, and then I just destroyed one of my shirts, my logo shirts, for my Lilith wings. The rest of the cosplay is actually in this bag, with the tentacle parts, but they'll go in here too. They're just all out because I'm gonna have to pack them. Some of my engineering. Okay. Distract rude. I got distracted again. It doesn't have glue to fix with the EV. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's, most of them are like, at conventions, they're just like temporary fix stuff, not for permanent fixes. Okay, this one is our last one. E, F, D. And then we can cut them out, and then we can start transferring them onto our leather. Dragon Gun's gonna cut. Ooh. Yeah. Are you going by yourself for Dragon Con, or are you going with a second person? The Dr. Pepper budget can't be underestimated. Yes, yes. I have to have my Dr. Pepper. And the good thing is, Target, which is normally everywhere here, has Dr. Pepper. So if you're in like a state that's like a Pepsi state, oh, I won't touch Pepsi. I'd rather drink water than Pepsi. But I can at least go and get it there. Yeah, always. That was my first impression. Is you got when we met each other. Well, I think you said it was our second time meeting, just because I didn't remember the first time, or you didn't say we didn't know each other. I don't know. But at Fan Expo, you gave me a Dr. Pepper, and I was just so happy. And so was Jessie. My sister was helping at that one, and she's just like. And I think. Oh, somebody else gave me Dr. Peppers. Real, did you give me a Dr. Pepper at a convention? I don't remember offhand. Either that or Discarded Foot did. Or both of y'all. I don't remember. Yeah, the wings are definitely huge for Lilith. And the fact that I have to fly with them. Yeah. Yeah. Your dad's coming with you, you need a hint. Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, SoonerCon? Yeah. Oh, Dr. Pepper over Coke. Definitely. This is a Dr. Pepper channel. Please excuse yourself. Out the door, it's a Dr. Pepper channel. Okay, let's cut out these parts. Before I get distracted again. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think you said that. And I think, what was it? The Dr. Pepper over there, or at least in Europe, is different, I think we discovered. Yeah. Probably a different type of sugar that's in it. But I will say, if I don't have a Dr. Pepper, I do like me a Mexican Coke. Those are really, really good as well. unraveled. Oh well. Okay. Annoying. Oh, sorry. I didn't flip it back. Y'all gotta yell at me. Bad streamer. Oh no, y'all are gonna start to see how bad I shake again. This is like, welcome to Arts and Crafts with Tiffany. Pretty much. Okay. Second time meeting for Fan Expo. I met you personally at PAX South, but that was before times. Gotcha. Yeah, I remember most of that. I'll give you credit for that. With my fishbowl brain. It was really bad. Before streaming, I was going downstairs because I have for both my phones for like TikTok and Instagram for streaming. I put my phone on a little stand, and I normally only have one upstairs and then one downstairs in the basement in my spray room. So I was going to get that. And I walked downstairs and instantly I'm just like, why am I here? Took and like just stood around for a few minutes until I remembered, and it's so bad. Ugh, I hate that. And I do that a lot too. I don't know if anybody else has that problem. If I'm not like hyper fixated on something, no idea. What? Three more to cut, and then we'll put that. Oh, Archage, have you figured out, I think it was you that was starting to play DayZ. Have you figured it out more? Or are you still having problems? Also, as always, if you have questions on what I'm working on or other cosplay stuff, no matter what we're talking about, feel free to just shout it out. Otherwise, I kind of just talk about whatever. For those that are on TikTok or on Instagram, I'm actually live streaming on on youtube.com/Tiffany Gordon Cosplay, and that is where I am reading chat. So if you got questions, go over there, as well as give the channel a subscribe to the channel. A subscription on YouTube is free. It is the equivalent of a follow. Okay, and then we got the last one. Alright. Let's cosplay an Overwatch character, but hesitant to make Winston or Maria's. Ooh, Winston! That would be a challenge. I would suggest, I can't say her name, or Maria, I can't say it. I'm so bad with names. Nice. Yeah, I haven't finished Alice in Borderlands. That one, I watched all the first season, it was really good, and then I watched half of the second one, but just didn't finish it. I know their third season's coming out soon, though. Okay, so since those are all done, let me go and get our leather now. So I will be back. A nice pretty leather. And actually, I was really upset because, so I got my first one, leather hide, at Tandy, and then I ended up ordering 2 more hides on their website. And this is marked the same, but it is a different floral pattern. So these flowers are this big, and the flowers on my original ones were like this big. So a difference of like that. So yeah, but I've been using it for my big trim now. It still works. Okay, we'll see how I can do this on here, because most of my leather, well actually all of my leather, I've been cutting on the ground. So yeah. Okay. And typically when I work with leather, I never do my markings on the front. I always do my markings on the back because you don't want to see the markings. It's a little bad. Yeah. And I'm gonna need a new marker, most likely. Oh, I have one in here. Take that one. That should work. Okay. So we did the original ones based on the back. So the back is that way, which is here, which will be that one. So this one is front, back. Okay. So we're gonna do all of the back pieces first. Starting over here. Also, another thing with working with leather, if you use any type of tape, it actually leaves like a tape residue. So if you do any of your markings on a veg tan onto the front side, so that's like your nicest side of the leather, you'll have a mark of wherever that tape is. So that's why I always try to do my stuff on the back to do cutting and everything, just so it's cleaner. You do have to mirror your patterns though, depending on what you're doing. You can go there. And you can go there. Alright, let's put these down. We're doing all of our back. Space issues. Nurse cosplay itself takes a lot of space. Yeah, that's a big thing. So for storage with my cosplays, I make them all to fit inside a suitcase, so that helps because they all break down just for transportation. And then how I store each of them is typically I buy, I don't have the thing here, but 2.5 gallon Ziploc baggies, and that's what I store my cosplays in. Like most of the parts, and then I'll label it, like this is the series, and then the year that I made it, so I kind of know relatively like how old the cosplay is, just because your body changes over years, especially since I've been cosplaying for, what is it, 14 years, I think now? I think it's around that time. I'm not sure. And from there, any bigger pieces or whatever, I have storage boxes, like the plastic storage boxes, and then they all fit in there. So that's how I kind of store them. But I did just go through all of my cosplays a week ago, and I went through and I trashed a bunch of them, because I don't sell my cosplays when I get rid of them. I don't want other people to have them kind of thing, or compete with them, and there's a whole bunch of stuff like that. But I'll end up taking them apart a lot of times, and I'll use parts from them. So I took off some zippers off of some of my old cosplays, at least the ones that I could. There was some really bad quality cosplays that I trashed that I didn't know how to do a zipper, and there was so much stitching in it. These are like cosplays from like 10 years ago that it was a zipper, it held, but yeah, there was just so much thread, and like there was no way a seam ripper, like I was not going to spend hours and hours trying to get that out. I'll also take off snaps, just because I always use snaps for costumes, and those are an easy just seam ripper, go around the edges. So kind of do that. I think I got rid of, I mean I still have tons of cosplays, but I got rid of a bunch. A lot of small closet cosplays that I didn't like, I only wore once kind of thing. They were just like, whatever, I'll never wear them again anyway. So. And then parts that I keep for, like, one cosplay I did get rid of was my Valkyrie Mercy, but I did keep the wings, I kept the crown, and I kept the breastplate. Reason being, so the breastplate, gosh, it's awful. It's, for me now, like, I use it as to see where I started, but I want to use it also for, like, when I do panels and stuff at conventions, to share kind of, this is like, if I ever bring it, here's what a Warbler breastplate looked like, here's what a foam one looks like, here's what a leather one looks like, things like that. So I have different examples, whether the examples are really good or not, like, I mean, they were good back in the day. It won Best in Show at a cosplay competition, but yeah. So that, a lot of leather stuff I keep, just because I can reuse it. There's some pouches that I like to keep. Like the Comet Medic Ziegler Mercy, I think everything is gone. I think I might have saved the wings, maybe, but they were, I used to paint everything by hand with acrylic paints, Liquid X acrylics, and I would seal everything with Rust-Oleum sealer. But after 10 years, that sealer becomes sticky again over time. And it leaves a yellow kind of residue, and it starts sticking to everything. That, it's terrible. So there's a lot of old cosplays that I have that I might keep it, but now I have to 100% wrap it in saran wrap so that way it doesn't destroy other costumes. Same with fabrics. If you work with pleather is really good. Like, it's a good alternative if you don't want to work with leather, or whatever your views are. It doesn't matter. We're not gonna like argue on them. It's whatever you want to do. After like 2 years, pleather starts to disintegrate, and it is terrible. I went through my sewing boxes too of like my fabric, just because I keep all of my scrap fabrics. Like anything that's larger than this, I pretty much keep, just because I use it. I've had to toss all of it now because it's all separated. It's all just crumbled. A lot of the cosplay fabrics, the Yagahan cosplay fabrics that are, it's fabric and then it's got another fabric on top that's like a stretch. I don't know what they're called offhand. Somebody's probably known it. I used it for my Nuka Girl, and then I've used it for like a lot of people that want that shiny, it looks like latex but it's not kind of thing. That material also separates, so it's something to be aware of. Like, your cosplays over time fall apart. Like, it doesn't matter how well you made it, it's just elements, and they like go and they fall apart, and yeah. So a lot of stuff had to get tossed because of that. I don't know where I was going with that. Sorry. Yeah. Crazy look back at old cosplays. It will amuse you how far. I know. Well, that's why this one I'm really excited about, because my sister Kate cosplay was, so my first cosplay I ever made was but it was more of like, it was Misa from the anime Death Note. That was back in 2008. And that one, most of it was like a skirt, a shirt, shoes, all of that. I found elements at Goodwill. So I didn't make those, but I made lace gloves, and I made lace, I had some like lace fabric and stuff, and lace leggings, and then I added the white ribbon onto like the skirt, and that was technically my first costume that I made, but it wasn't, it was like a starter cosplay, you know, you make like 20% of your costume. But the first cosplay that I fully made was the next year, and that was Sister Kate from Trinity Blood. So that one is like my first full one. I made everything, and it was all hand stitched. 100% everything, all of the details was made out of Sculpey. Back in the day, you didn't have Warbler, you didn't have Warbler, you didn't have foam. You made everything out of Sculpey. So you get the little clay stuff, and then you put it in your oven and bake it, and then it cracks on you later on. But just to, I want to see like the difference. Like, it's already like night and day from what I had done. So yeah. Oh, it's gonna be crazy. Crazy for me. Memory lanes. Hi Slady, come on. Where do you keep all your cosplays? Keep all your cosplays, you don't get. So I have a basement right now, but like I have storage rooms. So this is my full-time job. So if you think of an office, so this is my studio. This is my office, my main working area, and then downstairs I have in the basement a specific room specifically for storage for all of my materials. It has my 3D printers in it, and then I built another room in the basement that is my spray room. So for doing plasti dip and airbrush painting, it's my chemical room. And then I have a vent going outside, just because here in Nebraska it gets below 0 quite a bit here. And for you to do any type of painting, any type of gluing, it has to be above 65 degrees Fahrenheit or 70 degrees Fahrenheit. And so I had to have a designated temperatured room. And that's kind of how how I do it here. Where in Texas, I didn't really, like, it really didn't matter. I just did everything in my garage. So yeah. Okay, there's these pieces. So we're gonna trace them, and then we will label them. So this is just one side of the hat, and then we'll have to do it for the other side. And hopefully everything will work out. But we'll probably have to do some trimming and some alterations. But yeah, I don't sell my cosplays. The only kind of things that I've sold, I've had every now and then like keyblades for sale, but a lot of people, like, shipping is always expensive for props, and people don't want to pay for shipping. It's like, well, sorry, I can't ship this. Like, I'll lose money. But at conventions, sometimes I'll make masks from song from Princess Mononoke that people can paint. Which does remind me, so I did do a change that will affect people if they want to get any merch or prints from me, any physical items. I no longer am selling physical items on my website. So it's only going to be digital now. So the only time that you'll be able to get any type of prints, or if you want any of my kits, masks, stickers, any type of merch, all of that will only be convention exclusives now. So that's a little update that I've changed. I just haven't done an announcement for yet. But if there's something that you really want, like if I know you kind of thing, we can always do little personal request kind of things. But yeah. Noisy cars today. It's actually a really nice day, surprisingly. It's supposed to be a lot colder, but it's not getting down yet. Compared to yesterday, which it was so heavily raining. It was black outside all day long. Almost done tracing these. I'd say probably about 80% of this cosplay for the leather details I've programmed in laser cut, which is nice because I get really intricate details that I don't have to cut out by hand. I've done that before. But downfall is if you laser cut any type of leather, you have burnt edges, and that burnt crispy edge then gets on everything, and it's a black soot that you have to clean. So every single piece of leather that that you laser cut, you would then have to wash. So everything I've done there had to be individually washed. I use those, like, I do a tub of water, and then I have to be careful too so the gold on the leather doesn't come off. And then I get the wall scrubbers, like the daddy wall scrubbers or whatever, and then just clean each edge. You have to go individually to get all the soot, and then you have to lay it out for a day for it to fully dry. It's a lot, especially when you get to, like, I have a few pieces. These I've already attached part of the fabric on, but like for these pieces, when you have to go around each edge individually and inside the circle just to have that piece, is a lot. In other words, if you don't do it, then you get black soot on every single part of your cosplay. You going to laser cut the leather or cut it? Oh, this I'll be cutting out by hand. Yeah. No, for laser cutting, I have to program everything, and it goes, I have to make it, so I already have all my patterns, and then I have to segment it For laser cutting, it only cuts in an area of 20 by 12 inches. So I have to cut my leather into that size, and then that's why each of my leather pieces has to be segmented into that section. I need to label this real quick. Which is, put it this way, so I need to make sure it's facing the same way. A, C, B, and then this is front. Okay, sorry. So yeah, then I have to segment my pattern into that size, and then I have to format it into, for the laser cutter, it only reads, is it GVS or something? I forget, it's something with a G. I've never used it for anything else. And then you have to go onto Glowforge's website, and then you have to put it on your piece with the Glowforge on. And because this is not a Glowforge proof grade material, which specifically with Glowforge, they'll sell materials that are already to the size that you need, and it has like a QR code, so when your Glowforge, it has like a little sensor and it can read it, it knows exactly the settings on how to cut it. Because with cutting something, it's not just you press cut and it cuts. You have to say like how fast you want the laser to go, how deep you want the laser to go, the pressure and everything, because you don't want it to go down too far and whatnot. So yeah, and there's this whole thing. So that I have to program, which I already have all my programs set for it. So yeah, but it's easier for simple pieces to cut by hand, for sure. G, A, F, and then this one is front. And then for these, you can use, depending on your thickness, because I know you're working with leather too, if it's thin like this and it's soft grade, if it's thick or if it's stiff, you have to use like a box cutter or specifically heavy duty scissors, but most likely a box cutter. Otherwise for this, I can just cut out with scissors and it's really easy. If you'd like to see me at a convention, request me as a cosplay guest. That is typically the only way that I go to convention now, is if I'm guesting. I'll do maybe one convention a year just for fun, but otherwise that's the only way. D, F. I swear I did a C on this one already. I'm gonna have to put these in order to make sure I wrote them the right way. Because I don't think I did. How's good? Didn't answer the question. It's okay. I looked at them. I don't remember them offhand, but I mean, I'm always down if you want to sponsor a cosplay, Adam. I know there was some that I really liked. I just don't remember offhand since I've been dealing with so much lately. F, T, and then F again. Leather can catch on fire, but that's why you have to program your specific settings. Because you are burning, technically, and it's really smelly, so you have to have like a vent outside. We ended up, for mine, building, because my window that I have it on is stupid. It's not like a normal window. They're like huge windows, but it opens from the left to right. And they're old, because it's an old house. So we had to build a like collapsible thing because I gotta deal with the weather here because I don't want to have my window open when it's like 20 degrees outside. So yeah. But we did that. We installed a vent with it with a special fan because the Glowforge, they make specific filters, but the problem is depending on what material you cut, it fills up within like one use. And they're stupid expensive, so I didn't feel like it was just to get one. So we kind of makeshift one. So yeah. Okay, this one is F. Nope. B. G. Okay. Almost did that one wrong. Yeah. I've heard a bit about Japan Expo. I'm happy now though that if I get any convention requests, I don't have to deal with them. I just send them to my manager, which is really nice because that was a really stressful thing for me. Just because I would get like a request every week kind of thing, and a lot of them want you to work for free, and I don't, because this is my full-time job, and if you guest, like, don't work for free, like, have them at least comp you for things. So yeah, having to deal with that was really stressful, and then just keeping up with stuff. And then I can also send, like, commissions to my manager now, so I don't have to deal with negotiating and talking money, because I cannot talk to save my life. I talk better than I write. I'm really bad with being dyslexic and remembering stuff, and it's just bleh. Okay, and B. Okay. They're all labeled correctly. They just might be in the wrong orientation. So, yeah. I'm going to cut them out now, or at least cut the square out, and then we'll trace the next one. Let me get my leather scissors. I will be back. Just a sec. All right. Okay. Put that to the side, and then we will trace the other ones, and then we'll cut out the rest. And this one we're doing the front side. Yes. Okay. Had to talk through it. Yeah, if you're just getting here, welcome. My name is Tiffany. I'm the owner of Tiffany Cosplay LLC, which is a company that focuses on costume and prop fabrication as well as education. I'm currently streaming on youtube.com/TiffanyGordonCosplay. So if you are on either Instagram or on TikTok, that's where you can find me, and that is where I'm reading chat and answering questions. And I appreciate the support by going over to YouTube and subscribing to the channel. Subscriptions over there are equivalent as a follow button. So I appreciate it. But yeah, we're working on my Seth cosplay from the anime Trinity Blood. And right now what I'm doing is we are tracing out the trim part onto leather, and then I'm going to cut it out, and this is for the hat details. You can add it to your list as to do, yeah. I don't remember offhand. I'll have to go back and look at them. Yeah, put on there which ones are your favorites. That way I can look at those specifically. The two-tone hair. It's, well, because after the surgery, I was having issues with my hair coming out just because of you go through that much stress with surgery from endometriosis and everything. And so when I recolored my hair, I didn't want to bleach it again. So that's why it's grown so much now. How I colored it. I need to do it again. I'm probably going to do it like at the end of December, since my hair has been doing a lot better now. I have a lot of hair, and it's fine with like tons of chemicals and bleach and stuff, but it was not happy after the surgery though. Let's see. I think I'm gonna do it at the top. So what's everybody doing for dinner tonight? I've got leftovers. Leftover enchilada actually. This looks nice. Okay, mashed Q, your favorite. Okay, awesome. I ended up yesterday ordering some crab ragunos, and because those are my absolute favorite. And then I ended up getting a salmon poke bowl, and I had leftovers, so I had that for lunch. So yummy. Darn it. Gotta shift it. How's your son doing, Adam? No, it's been a while. Leftovers, pork loins, rice, and veggies. Nice. A chicken pot pie with your name on it. I do have one of those in the freezer, but I think you make them by hand, don't you? If I remember right. I haven't had them in a while. I switched from probably like a year ago. I was doing chicken pot pies every single day for lunch, and then I've switched to now because I shop at Target for my groceries. I switched to their chicken strips, and now I'm doing their popcorn chicken, which is really like chicken nuggets because they're not popcorn size. Those have been really good. That with barbecue sauce. Yum yums. Okay, this one we trim because this is the back, and we don't need that part. Okay. I used my hands to put it in the microwave, so yes, handmade. Who was it then? I remember a while ago when I was like having the chicken pot pies every day, somebody was like saying that they made them from scratch, and I don't remember who it was. That's why I thought it was you! But that's all fine. Only if you're doing like the... I do the, is it the Marie Claire? That's the types that I get. Leftover chili? Nice. I like making beer chili. That one's down. It's basically like the leftover night, or like what's in your pantry. So you have a beer, cold one, because you don't want to, you gotta make sure you don't do the foam, you gotta pour it right. But a can of corn, a can of chili, a can of beans, I normally do some fresh chives, sometimes I'll do some purple onion, and then you do cayenne pepper, white sesame, black sesame seeds. What else am I missing? That might be it. Then you stir, stir, stir. Oh, I used to do cheese, but I haven't done cheese in a while with them. That's my recipe. Yum yums, yum yum yums. We'll put you there. Beer being the last step, though. Chinese eggplant with rice. I don't know about that one. I'm not a fan of eggplants, and I don't know what Chinese eggplant is. Okay, there's a lot of parts. So let me trace them. And this one will label exactly as is in that direction. Make sure everything's still set up. Set up? Yes, yes, yes. Is that really what it is, Rue? I have no idea. Like, I don't eat eggplants at all, so I don't know. Also, how's, are you still at Hobby Lobby working? How's that going? I know, I think last time you said you got a promotion or something? Or you got a different position? Okay, there are those. I'll take these off since it's a different section. Probably not okay. So this is a G and this is the back. So we'll do a B. This one is A. This one is F. Specific type of eggplant, it's what you get in the Chinese Asian restaurant. Okay. Well, I hope it's yummy and you can have all of mine. I'm not a big veggie person, so I'm trying. I'm a little better at it, but yeah. Eggplant in garlic sauce. Okay. B, B, C, and A. Cuckoo. you're considering going full-time but decided not to. Why were you trying to do that? Just for the money, or just to do something? If you don't mind me asking. Because I know you were doing commissions a lot. Oh yeah, holiday. Ugh. I feel sorry for everybody working like retail during the holidays, especially when the Christmas music comes. I hate that I was getting Christmas commercials before Halloween. It just hurt. Just like, no. I don't want to see anything Christmas before December. And maybe like not until like the week of. Okay, I'm gonna cut this part out and then we'll trace the other part, just because this is I put them in two different sections. Okay, then the last parts. Your husband has taught you a ton of... I can't say that word. I know what it is. I can't say it though. Recipes. Nice. Yeah, I don't do too much cooking. My cooking is basic. My spouse does most of the cooking, but active duty, so I have to do a lot of stuff on my own for like a few weeks at a time. And the last one. The fabric part I need to leave. Oh, that would have been cool though, to be like a head person though. I mean, more stress, less time and energy for cosplay yeah. I imagine you still get the discount though if you're working part-time from Hobby Lobby. Okay, and this one is F E E G. Yeah, the big thing for me is I've really been trying to be less stressed. And social media is a huge thing for me. So I've been trying to be on it less, trying to post less, honestly, even though it's kind of bad for me because obviously it's my full-time job and how I advertise for things and whatnot. But, that's caused a lot of it. I've been playing a lot more games, which has really helped for relaxing. And then just working on my own project has been really nice. Not worrying about, like, it's not a fast build. It's one that I can relax and focus on. I can really fixate on and do tons of details, where my other stuff I've been doing are more community builds is what I call them, because they're... I like the characters, I want to cosplay them, but I'm doing it more for like other people too, to learn how to make it and to cosplay it and do my patterns and stuff off of that and tutorials and whatnot. Where this one is, I haven't really cared. Like, The 2 posts that I've done, they've got okay views, but they're not great. But I don't really care, which is nice, where I normally, it's like, it matters just because it's because it's my full-time job, so. Okay, see? And then we can cut it out, and then we can cut out all the pieces, and we'll be done. Alright, let me put the leather up. And I'm also going to hit the bathroom, so I will be back momentarily. Alrighty. I'm gonna do that one. I'm gonna have a sip of my Dr. Pepper. Okay, so now to cut them all out. Show a little better. That's one of the pieces, and they're a little bit larger than what we want just because, like I said at the very beginning of the stream, we'll end up, when we glue them all together to the hat, I want extra so I can trim them to both be equal. Cut straight. There we go. A little better. Oh, the other thing with like laser cutting your leather is you can't get a nice clean seam together when you're gluing the process with the super glue and everything to have them fuse together. They, because you have that crisp edge, so you have to kind of cut the edge to have them align perfectly. And I also want to lay these out to make sure that I have them all correct. So that's that. Yee! Welcome to the channel and the community. Okay, that one goes there. Oh, next ones. Was there a learning curve to using Glowforge? Yeah. So when I originally had a Cricut, I actually broke my Cricut. It doesn't work anymore. Well, it does, but it doesn't. The little feeder thing, it no longer goes straight. So the plastic mats go crooked in it, and it just ruins everything. And yeah, so I've just never got it fixed because I got the laser cutter now. But it's for me totally worth the money. For people that aren't doing it full time, I don't know. It depends on how much and what you're doing. But it was a bit of a curve. I mainly got it for kind of like rapid prototype, so making really fast. Because when I'd get offered for commissions and things, I couldn't make it in time because I just can't. If I'm one person, I can't make something in like 3 days. And so it was supposed to help with that. It ended up being more of, I use it just about on every project just for making detailed parts, so I don't have to spend hours cutting something out. Cutting acrylic, because the acrylic, when I would cut that out, I have an allergic reaction to the acrylic, where it would end up burning my skin and stuff when you just cut it with a jeweler saw. And not supposed to do that. It just, for some reason, my skin just doesn't like it. But I had, if you know SKS Props, he also has a Glowforge, and I asked him a few questions on like, what are your settings for cutting foam out? And this was back in the day when I was using TNT cosplay foam, but they're no longer around. And so he was giving me settings for his foam, which really helped because then I didn't have to learn. So that was a big helper for just like getting started. And I kind of tweaked it for my own personal settings. So everything is like, his was a base and then I modified it. For leather and for acrylics, basically Glowforge already has preset stuff for their proof grade materials. So I use that as a starting point when I'm not using their material. And then I kind of adjust, I do samples. Biggest problem I had was the laser not cutting through all the way. Also for 2mm foam, it shrinks a lot. Other things were learning on scaling. So all of my patterns, when I made them, they were the correct size, but for some reason, when you import it into the Glowforge program, everything, when it's supposed to be this big, imports this big. And so you have to scale everything to the correct measurements. And that was a learning curve. So now I have like a template that I always use of, here's my box, I know the dimensions of the box, and then I transport everything in that box as a file, and then open it with that box, and then I just remove the box, so that way I have that scale for measuring, and it helps pretty much all the time. Other thing is the size of your material with the Glowforge. Its cutting is not as large as the material, so it's like an inch around everything, so technically I think the cutting surface is like, instead of the material being 20 by 12, it's like 19 by 11 or something like that. So when you put it in the program, you have to kind of adjust it. And it's a little finicky But it had a bit of a curve, but it wasn't too bad just because I already, like, if I didn't make my patterns already how I do, which I now do my patterns in my 3D modeling program, just because, like, I used to do it in Adobe Illustrator, and I still do a little bit of it in there. But my Rhino program, it's just so much easier to draw all my lines, and I have all my snapping tools and everything, and it's a lot easier. So since I already do that, I already have all my line work, where if you need to laser cut something and you didn't already have that line work, then you have to draw it. And then you're going to have to format it into the GSV or GVS or whatever specific program that the Glowforge has. This one was there. Okay, so if I were correct. So yeah, I don't know if that answered your question. Sorry. Yeah, I do 4mm foam too. That's what I use mostly. But when it comes to foam, you have better dimension if you use multiple thicknesses. So I do 4 for mostly everything. And then for smaller details, like on top of surface, not for... I don't ever use 2mm for just on its own. I use it as detail parts onto pieces. Or if I have to use like a connecting tab where if I make like a gauntlet and then I have a 2mm underneath that I put my Velcro on, kind of thing. And it's the only time I use it. Otherwise, the other film that I use is 10mm, and that's for adding just more weight to pieces and thicker pieces rather than stacking. So I mostly use just 2, 4, and 10. Yeah, I have on my list one day doing a tutorial on how to cut foam with the laser cutter. It's on my list. Okay, that is all the pieces for this hat, which is this. I can't show all of it. It doesn't all fit. That and that. So, all the pieces, excuse me, for that side. Yeah, I'll say, definitely it's a, depending on what you're cutting though, can be really toxic. So, you have to have, like, having the vent go outside and stuff. It's really bad when I cut the leather because you're cutting skin, you're cutting flesh because leather is animal product, and it's a terrible smell. So that's why I got the vent. So help with all of that. But when you go outside, it's just like avoid my house because it's bad. Yeah. Warbler will be the next material that you'll be working on. Oh, that should be fun. I prefer foam over Warbler. Warbler is more of, for my personal use, the only time that I use it is for like structural pieces. So doing a breastplate, for instance, I'll use that where I'll do a mold off of one of my mannequins, the breast area. And then if I have, like, I'll add my fabric on top, or I will add the leather or the foam on top, and it helps. So that way, especially with me for traveling to conventions in my suitcase, when you have 2 bumps in a suitcase and you have to put everything else in it, a lot of times foam, if something hits it or moves, that bump with an air pocket ends up getting squished or wrinkled. So the Warbler underneath, it makes it where it doesn't bend and it doesn't get destroyed on you. So I've been doing that for years now, and every time I do it, I've had no issues But like, downfalls of Warbler though is like for Texas when I was living there, the heat actually will melt it and will cause it to like shift on itself. It doesn't breathe, it doesn't bend, it's plastic, and it can be really heavy, where foam is a lot more lightweight. And if it does bend out of place, I can just use a heat gun and reform it into the shape that I want again. So that's how I've done it. But you can definitely, I've seen really amazing builds with Warbler. You can get really fine detail with it. It just depends on how much time you want to spend. So yeah, should be fun though. Joined a bit late. Which part of cosplay are you working on right now? So right now, this is for the hat of the image that is over here. And these are leather. It's the gold trim for the outer part right now. So we're finishing cutting them all up. And then we'll start to assemble, I assume. Make sure this is correct. That is the wrong letter. Okay, so if this is backwards, it should be... Yeah, okay. Had to think for a second on this. Brain switch. Correct. Okay, so we're gonna put that on top. But yeah, the gold trim, and the character is Seth from the anime Trinity Blood. And if you look at the beginning of the stream, if you roll back, you can see the hat of what I have done for it so far. I definitely have been working slow on the stream though. A little more ADD today, so yeah. But that's okay. Hi Caspian, welcome on. How are you? Okay. You personally like Warba because it looks cleaner in final results, specifically for breastplates? I disagree, but I guess it depends on your personal skill level of working with it. But if you like it more, go for it. Yeah, I know some people, if they like sculpting more, Warbler can be more user-friendly. Seam-wise, for foam, it can be a learning curve, especially it depends on what type of glues you use. If you're not using like contact cement glue, if you're using hot glue, then your seams are going to be not the best probably. You'll have more cleanup, but you can get really nice seams with foam. It's just a little bit more of how you're finishing it and everything. So, okay, A, an F, that one is correct. Had a bit of a health scare a couple of weeks ago, but I'm on the mend. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope everything is okay. Hope it wasn't anything that was like a limb or anything. Yeah. Yay! Aw, Real, thank you for the $20 donation. I really appreciate it. Much love, and I'll write it down in just a second. I appreciate the support. Got it. Thank you, thank you. So what project are you wanting to use the leather with? Or is it just a new technique you're trying to do, real? And is anybody else trying to learn any new techniques? Okay, we've got D. I wrote that one wrong. You see. Okay. There. Continuing. Went into the ER with a blood pressure and your heart only pumped at 25 effectively plus head. They kept me for a week. Ooh, I'm sorry to hear that. But you're doing better-ish? You're not in the hospital now, right? I hope you're not. Okay. This one is F, E. My madness so far is working. 3 more pieces to cut, and then we can start to assemble them. Aragon from Lord of the Rings. He has some super detailed leather bracers. They should be a fun challenge. Oh, nice! Why'd you decide to do leather and not do it out of foam? I'm gonna ask you the questions, the hard questions. Yeah. Okay, that one, which cut correctly. I don't know what it is offhand. If you do exclamation point music, it'll bring you to the live channel that we're listening to, and they normally have what music's playing on the screen. It's our gamer chill hop station that I don't get hit with copyright infringement. Well, most of the time. There's like 1 or 2 songs that I would when I would listen to this channel. Okay, this one. Yeah, I wrote all of these wrong. Well, I wrote them right, just wrong direction. F, E, G, E. There we go. That's what I get for writing upside down. Just want to learn a new skill, and leather doesn't need to be sealed and painted like foam does. Yeah. I really enjoy working with leather, especially once you learn to do snaps and rivets. Like when you make something that's completely functional for a wearable piece. Like, not just foam where you use Velcro. Like, yeah, it's functional, but it's not like... To me, when you do leather and you add that belt buckle and you add those holes and it's like fully functioning, you're not using like super glues and stuff, and you're stitching things and using rivets, like there's something about that just feels so satisfying. Like you actually made a real functioning thing and not just like a costume thing, in my opinion. Which I'd say a lot of my stuff, if I'm using for foam pieces that I use Velcro attachments, to me it's more like costuming, just on how I view it. So, okay, yeah, I wrote all this upside down too. Wait, did I do... That's an F. F. There we go. The thing that I really liked about working with leather too is when I discovered switching. So there's traditional leather dyeing, which is really satisfying when it's penetrating your dye into the leather and then it's fully sealed and everything. But then I loved paint. Painting is my favorite thing, especially airbrush painting. Oh my gosh, it's so much fun. But the satisfaction of airbrush painting onto leather, though, that is a whole nother magical moment. Like, it's such a different material to work with. It's really fun and really cool to paint on, though. So yeah, it's something like you gotta try it to understand. And we know I'm terrible with words, so it's like my best kind of, you should do it, motivation. Okay, that's our last piece. So all of our pieces are done cut, so now we can start to assemble them together. So let me get all of our stuff. Super glue. And tape. That's all we need. You've been toying with doing a pretty accurate pirate costume? Ooh, that'd be fun. Velcro is more aimed for comfort and making it easier to put the cosplay parts in. Yeah, you can do that though with belt buckles and snaps though. You can definitely still do comfort. And corset lace up. But it's corset lace up, I love corsets. But when you have to do it in the back and it's a functional one, it's really hard to do by yourself. Especially if it's like a tradition, not like a for show corset. It's like an actual corset, like not a waist trainer. I guess a waist trainer. I forget the term. But yeah, when you get the waist, it's so pretty. Ugh. Yeah. Okay. Oh, what we also need too is our fabric. So I discovered doing this. So this is my fabric that I've been using for the cosplay. It's just straps, but it is technically scuba faux suede, and the soft material on the front. So when we use the super glue, I'll wipe it with the fabric, and instead of using a paper towel, the paper towel will end up a lot of times getting stuck, and you'll have that slight paper on the surface. It doesn't get stuck to this, and you can wipe it off, and so the glue will get stuck on this, but it won't like fuse, and you won't see the fabric on there, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Okay, we're gonna do all of our upward ones first. So we'll get a few ready. So we're having it where the adhesive tape is facing upward and it's attached to the table. We're going to hope my edge was pretty straight. I know it wasn't, but we're going to pretend. Attach it, and then we're going to attach this and try to get the seam as close as possible. and then the extra part I will end up trimming after. And then I'm gonna go ahead and get another piece going so that way you can start on that. We'll do this one and this one. Actually, thinking about it, I want to attach it from the other side. Don't reuse it. So we'll attach from the top instead, since we're going to be trimming the outer part anyway. And then I don't have to fuss about it. And then because this wasn't slightly straight. That's a little better. Okay. Those are set. So now we can glue them. Candy coating. Leather is more flexible than foam, so it will probably be easier to pack. It can be. It depends if the type of leather that you're using, the thickness. Sometimes you can get really stiff leather. Also, if you are going to, like, if you're this is really easy. It bends, like, super easy. But if you wet leather mold, you can get it, and it'll be really stiff. So, certain things. Stamping. I think you'll like stamping. Or I think you might have talked about that. That's probably what you're going to do. Okay. Get our super glue, clean the tip real quick. Okay, I think we're good. And then separate, making it into a pyramid, and then we're going to add our glue in the channel. And then we will connect. I slightly over connect, and then we're going to wipe off the extra, and then we'll leave at a slight angle to fuse together. Oh, have you tried it yet? I really enjoy stamping leather. I think I sent you one of the channels where he does such intricate leather stamping, and it's just really satisfying to watch. This is the same technique that you can use if you're doing pleather trim. So I did this same technique when I made my Furin costume. That glue got stuck to my hand. Okay, we're gonna leave it for a bit. Done some tests? Yeah. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. I guess I should have had the last part already set. Doesn't take too long to dry, but I do like to wait a little bit, just in case. Okay, next part. Yeah, that guy. Ooh, that was a lot of super glue bubble. check this one, see if I need to fix it any. Nope, it's good, so we can take it off. And then what we're gonna do is take the tape almost all the way. So the tape still stays on the back, but we don't need all of it. And then opposite side. And then our inner trim. Okay, so that piece is done. And then we'll see if this one is good. Yeah, we're good. So same thing. Thanks guys for watching. I hope y'all are enjoying today's stream so far. Okay, that one is good. So next we can do, I'm gonna wait a little bit longer on that one. We can do the side piece, which is this one. Here to here. We don't have a kitty right now. Okay. And then we'll see if this one is good. Yep. We're almost done with this part of the hat. This one was the front part. He does not want to cut that part. There. So 3 more pieces left to connect, and then I think we're good. Should do this part instead. There. Okay. That seems like odd. Must have did one slightly off or something. Cut another piece of fabric. I guess I can do it here. Works. We can do this one, and then there's one more attachment after, and then that's done. Definitely should have put this cap on that. My bad. Okay. We'll see that one. A little off. A little off. Then we gotta do last one. Yeah, I'm streaming a little bit longer. I'm trying to finish this last piece. I'm only 1 minute over. I'd like to finish it, like, the one side of the trim at least, so I can show y'all. So, I never, like, when we're close to an end thing, like, finishing something, I hate, like, oh, I'm gonna leave it there, and you don't get to see it. It's kind of like, oh, thanks for watching the whole stream of not showing. Okay. It's like Foxy complaining, I'm streaming too long, I need to get off. Right? Okay. It's all good. It's all good. Okay. So now should be able to do our final stuff and then see kind of my vision with it. Yeah. Okay. Let's see if I did this one correct. Basically when I'm doing that, I'm testing to see if I bend it slightly the opposite way, if it's going to crack the glue apart and bend the opposite way. So, go to sleep, have a nice day. Thanks for stopping by and hope you sleep well and are able to fix your Mercy breastplate, I believe? Or whatever part that had come off. And then the last one. See if this is good. Yeah. All right. So that is this piece. Kind of show it. All of that, which then will end up, just to show, we're not attaching it right now. It will end up being kind of like that. So yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty. So happy with it. Oh, I'm tired. No. But yeah, voila. I can wear my high hat and just be like this. Ooh. But that's gonna be it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. If you're watching on Instagram or on TikTok, I actually was live streaming on youtube.com/TiffanyGordonCosplay, and that's where I do my live streams and where I was reading chat. So make sure to head over to the YouTube. It is free there. It's where I have all my tutorials, my actual tutorials, not the 1-minute little reels or whatever. Step by step, and you can learn to cosplay yourself. So yes, I have hiccups. Oh. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you to Adam for the Real for the Remember, as well as the $20 donation, and Archage for the Remember. I just appreciate the support. If you'd like to help support me financially, you can always join the channel and become a member. Help support me and what I do, as this is my full-time job. So yeah, and we'll see if I stream next week or not. Not sure. We'll see. My life's all over the place right now. So yeah, but have a good one, and I will see you next time. What's up, guys?